So you're thinking about living in Virginia's beautiful mountains and valleys, but you don't necessarily want to live in a larger town like Harrisonburg or Staunton or Waynesboro. Well, in this series of videos, I'm going to take you on a tour of several of the smaller towns between Harrisonburg and Staunton and Waynesboro, so you can get an idea of what those towns are like, what's in them, and what some of the houses look like in those areas as well. And if you hang around to the end of this video, in one of the two towns that I'm going to show you today, I'm going to show you where a very famous artist in the United States used to be. And you definitely don't want to miss out on that and find out who it is. And we're going to get started right now. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about living, eating, sleeping, playing here in the mountains and valleys of Virginia, then click on that subscribe button and touch that bell icon so you can be the first to be notified about all the current real estate market here in Virginia's beautiful mountains and valleys. Hi, my name's Stephen Gleason, along with my wife Leslie, and we get phone calls and emails every day from folks just like you and you and you and you who are looking to sell a home or to move to the Shenandoah Valley, and we absolutely love to help those folks. So whether you're looking to move in 9 days or 90 days, just pick up the phone and give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. That information's all in the description down below, and we'll be happy to help you make your sale or make the buying of your home here in Virginia's mountains and valleys as smooth as possible. Now, as I mentioned, today we're going to go to several of the smaller towns between Harrisonburg and between Staunton and Waynesboro to give you an idea of what some of the smaller towns are here in the country. So the two towns we're going to look at today are right here on the busy corner. We're first of all in Churchville, and then we're going to go on up into Verona. So a little bit about Churchville. Of course, Churchville was once, back in the early 1700s, it was known as a frontier town. I mean, it's really the last town before you go into the Appalachian Mountains. And so really, it was at the edge of everything back in the day. It's still a very small town. It's a rural community, and right in the kind of the downtown area, there's only about 250 people. But back in 2013, there was only 49, according to the U.S. Census Bureau. So things have grown. Now, of course, there's a zip code, and there's about 3,700 residents in all of the zip code of Churchville. I guess one of the reasons it's called Churchville is because even in a small community like this of only about 250 people, there's 4 churches right here in the Churchville, in downtown Churchville. As far as convenience goes, like I say, it's a little further northwest of Staunton. It's about 15 minutes outside of Staunton, but it's right off Highway 250. But there's a Family Dollar, and there's the Riverside grocery store here in the area if you need shopping or you need things like that here in the area. So that being said, let's go ahead and let's take you and take a look at our first home here in the Churchville area. So one of the neat places here in Churchville is right behind me, the Necessary Mercantile Company. And inside, this building has all been redone and got a lot of neat things inside, a lot of different kinds of foods. They actually partner with White's Bread. And one of the neat things too, they sell a lot of beekeeping supplies and honeys, things like that. So if you're ever in town, stop by and tell Chris you said hi, and just some really nice folks here in town really serving their community here. So we're here just north of Churchville, and this is you can see this is just a home right out here on one of the country roads here. And this home recently sold. It sold for $343,900. This ranch was built in 1997. It has 3 bedrooms and 2 baths. It has 1,632 square feet of finished living space with another 1,224 square feet below ground. that is unfinished, so you have a lot more options to do things with. If you break it down into the square foot finished price, it's $211 a square foot, and it sits, nice thing is, it sits on about 1 acre, 1.04 acres, so a little bit of land to do some things with as well. The home has all been updated. It's got some great newly high quality vinyl flooring planks in it. It's got a lot of other updates. Has a nice thing about it, you can see, got the hill here in the front, but then a lot in the back. It's much more level, and you're going to see out here in this area, we'll drive by and we'll show you some beautiful, beautiful views here in the area. So like I say, that's gives you an idea of home out in the country here in the Churchville area. We're here in the Huntington Hills neighborhood, and you can see behind me just some absolutely beautiful mountain views in this neighborhood. But one of the really neat things about this neighborhood as well is the fact that they have large lots in this neighborhood. And the house I want to show you here behind me recently sold. Actually, I'm going to show you two. They're right across the street from each other. But the house that you see here recently sold for $529,000. It was built in 1996. It has 4 bedrooms, 2 full baths, and 1 half bath. And as far as the square footage goes, it has 3,231 finished square feet of living space, of which 2,874 is above ground. You can see the nice little wraparound porch on the side, makes it really nice to sit out and enjoy some of the mountain views to the south or to the west, either one. If you break that down per square foot, you're looking at about $164 a square foot for property. If the lot size, again, I mentioned a lot of lots that are larger out here in this neighborhood. This lot has 3.35 acres. And another cool thing about it is it has a 28 by 14 in-ground pool, has all newer appliances, got an oversized 2-car garage over here on the end. And like I say, just views, and more views. It sits at the end of a cul-de-sac. We'll go to the end of the cul-de-sac here, and there's views to the south and views to the west. And you just definitely don't want to be disappointed, but you won't be disappointed. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and turn around here, and here we are on the other side of the street, and see a nice ranch style, and then just nothing but views out behind it. This ranch house sold recently here. It sold for $395,000. It was built in 1996, and it has 3 bedrooms and 2 full baths. It has 1,582 square feet of living space, all of which is above ground. And it also has an additional 1,582 feet below ground that's currently unfinished. So you have a lot that you could do in this particular home, which also has a walkout basement that you could do in the basement as well if you so desired. It has a nice 2-car garage here on the end. And if you break that 1,582 square feet down in finished living space, it's about $250 a square foot. But of course, you have all that space down below for storage or to fix up however you'd like to do. A lot, once again, a really nice sized lot. You're looking at 3.92 acres for a lot. Also, this home has a nice sunroom on it. I mentioned the walkout basement. Imagine sitting on the deck in the back in the afternoon or in the evening watching the sunset over the top of the mountains. And it has just views, like I say. So, but that being said, that gives you an idea of some of the, a couple of the homes here in the Huntington Hills neighborhood. And we'll go ahead and drive through the neighborhood and show you some more of those homes on the way out. So we moved from the old frontier town, or so it was back in the day, out near the Appalachian Mountains. Now we're back in toward the center of the valley, not at the racetrack, but we're here in the town of Verona. Verona's a town of about 4,000 people. One of the things about Verona is that it's a very much business-minded town, and a lot of industries here in the area. There's, for example, a Best Buy distribution center is here. There's Dr. Pepper Bottling Company. There's a Graphic Package International company here which does packing. And then on top of that, there's the Mill Place Commerce Park. And I'll drive through there. Just business after business and still building businesses out there in the area. So very much, if you're looking for a job all up and down the Shenandoah Valley, very, very economically sound out here in the area. But like I say, I'm here in Verona, and kind of one of the major intersections here in Verona. And I'll just turn around here, and there's a up and down Highway 11 here. There's a few different places that you can shop. And but like I say, looking for major shopping, you're going to be going into Staunton, which is about 10 to 15 minutes away there to the Walmart and places there in town. If you wanted to go a little bit north, you can go to Harrisonburg, and Harrisonburg is about 20-25 minutes up the road. So with that being said, I just kind of want to give you a feel for what it's like along this busy part of Highway 11 right here in Verona. But we're going to take you into our first neighborhood here and show you our first home. So another really thing about being here in Verona, in addition to all the industry they have, and I mean they have a lot of different industries here in the Verona area, different facilities, but another neat thing is that there's a lot of homes here in this area. And while they may be a little bit smaller, as you can see some of the homes behind me, but they're in a lower price range as well. You can see a lot of homes here right in the town of Verona, in the neighborhood that we're in right now, that are like in the $200,000 range, the low 200s, sometimes even the upper 100s. And so you have that option here. And so if you're looking to get into the area, but maybe you don't have $300,000 or $400,000 like we've shown you in some other homes, maybe this might be the community for you to get into a home, establish yourself here. And another thing about it is these homes, a lot of them are being renovated, and so they're being fixed up very cute, very nice, very new. And so just kind of a neat opportunity, kind of a little different than some of the towns we've looked at in the past. But right now, as I mentioned, we were in the community that we're in. It's called the Belair community, and the home that you see behind me here is one of those ranch homes, and it recently sold for $225,000. It was built in 1973. It has 3 bedrooms and 1 bath, and has 1,075 feet, all above ground, finished living space. If you break that down, it's about $209 a square foot. So it's just on under a quarter acre, 0.23 of a lot. One of the nice things about it is it has a fully fenced backyard, and it also has almost a brand new HVAC system in it as well. But so a little more about this community. I just swing around. You can kind of get an idea of some of the homes that are around. Of course, we'll drive through the neighborhood like we always do to show you those things. But one of the things about this neighborhood, most of the homes in here were built between the 1970s and the 1990s. And you can see a lot of 3-bedroom, 1-bath type homes. And again, that price range, you can find a lot of homes in the low 200,000s here. So that being said, we're going to go ahead and move on to another part of town here, and we'll show you another house right here in Verona. Here in our next neighborhood, we're in the Kenwood Park neighborhood here in Verona, and most of the homes here in this neighborhood were built in the 70s and in the 80s. Again, you're looking in the mid 200,000s here to the upper 300,000s for the most part. You can find, again, a lot of ranch style homes here. And it's interesting because you have a neighborhood you actually drive through to get to this neighborhood. You drive through the Skyview neighborhood to get back to the Kenwood Park neighborhood. And those homes there, they're similar to the ones you're going to see here as well. But the home I wanted to talk about here is the ranch here that you see behind me. This home recently sold. It sold for $300,000. It was built in 1990. It has 3 beds and 3 baths, so a little bit larger than the other home that we looked at just a minute ago. And you can see that in its square foot. It has 2,330 finished square feet, of which 1,574 of that is above ground. As you can see, it also has a nice 2-car garage here as well. If you break that 2,330 square feet down, that comes out to about $129 a square foot. And the lot's about twice the size as you saw before. This lot is 0.44 of an acre. As you can see, it's a nice brick ranch. It's got a lot of kitchen cabinets in it that are really nice. And it has a main level laundry. That's a nice thing as well. And of course, it has nice wood floors throughout it. So that being said, that's just a little bit here about the Kenwood Park neighborhood. And but at the beginning of the video, I told you I was going to share with you something about a famous artist here in Verona. So let's go and find out who that is. So at the beginning of the video, I told you that if you hung around to the end of the video, first of all, thank you if you did. And second of all, I told you that if you hung around, I would share with you a place of a famous artist. And that artist is right here in Verona. Now, the artist is no longer alive, but matter of fact, unfortunately, you can no longer get to the house of this famous artist. But who is it? The famous artist, still marked here by this historical marker, as you can see, is Grandma Moses. And she and her husband first moved here in 1901, 1902, lived here for a couple of years before moving to New York. The home that they lived in here in the area was called Mount Airy, and as you can see here on this, there's several paintings that were done. Of course, Grandma Moses is famous for her primitive style and scenes of rural life in earlier days, and she said it was like an old-timey New England feel. Of course, what she did was she took the elements in the paintings and she took out all of the modern day things like electric lines and telephone poles and anything that was modern. She took those out of the paintings to give that primitive style, early American type feel. But maybe you didn't know that Grandma Moses and her husband, Thomas, lived here in Virginia for about a year or two back in the early 1900s. Just another really cool thing about another something famous or something unique here in Virginia's beautiful mountains and valleys. So, like I say, Leslie and I really appreciate you watching our videos, and like I say, whoop, it's a windy day. And like I say, if you're looking to buy a home or you're looking to sell a home here in Churchville or Verona or any other towns and cities that we talk about here in the Shenandoah or down into Charlottesville, down into the Blue Ridge, Piedmont, pick up the phone and give Leslie and I a call. Shoot us a text, send us an email. We really love that when folks do that. And yes, it's our business and it helps us, but as I've said before, we love to help people, and it's just so rewarding to be able to help folks get in a home and get in a place where they like. And I know for Leslie and I, if you watched our video Worth It, we loved living here in Virginia and we wouldn't trade it for anything. And so, like I say, give us a call. That's something that is of interest to you and that we can help you. We'd be happy to do that. But like I always say, until the next video, until next time, we'll see you around town.